On this channel, I have said many of times, one of my all-time favorite is Brian Pillman, Flying Brian. Now, Owen Hart and Brian Pillman, two of the greatest overall performers in the history of the business, in my honest opinion. Who was better? It's pretty much even if you ask me. But, both were incredibly smooth inside the ring. These two may have had the two greatest pay-per-view quote-unquote opening matches in history, as Owen bested his brother Bret in the opener of WrestleMania 10, and Flying Brian defeated Japanese legend Jushin Thunder Liger in the opening of Super Brawl 2, capturing the light heavyweight title in the process. Once Pillman started to deal with serious injuries, he became one of the most interesting and intense characters out there. Can't take away from Owen's character-wise either. His King of Hearts and Slammy Award winning gimmicks were pure gold. In fact, two smaller, technical, high-flyer wrestlers were two of the greatest heels of the 90s. Both men improved greatly in the promo department once they were allowed to be the bad guy. Pillman, though, certainly hit a different level with his promos in 95 and 96, being some of the most innovative in history. I can't help but say Jericho reminds me of both these guys in many ways. A hybrid version. Where Owen lacked was his promos. That's why I think he was really never seriously considered for the world title, but his ring work, again, was outstanding. Pillman's promos got much better later in his career, but after he hurt his ankle, his ring work did suffer, and I think he had a hard time adjusting his style. I think, again, like I said, Jericho is a hybrid of Owen and Pillman. One of the best talkers in the business, decent high flyer early on, changed his style as he got older to kind of be one of the best overall workers ever. And I remember, for what Bret said in his books, Pillman was so close to the Harts that they started calling him brother, like legit, and wanted to change his last name to Hart. I know Owen took it super hard when Pillman died. Both unique, very talented. And I believe, it was Pillman who really helped revive that light heavyweight division when it was renamed the Cruiserweight in the early 90s in WCW. And I honestly couldn't, or maybe even would want to choose who was better between the two, since both, again, they are my favorites, just to kind of reiterate this. I think sometimes a lot of people ignore Brian Pillman and the other members of the Hart Foundation besides Bret. From the early mid-90s, Brian Pillman was one of the most popular stars in WCW and reinvented himself later on, and his promos got much better. He's the only guy to be a member of the Four Horsemen and the Hart Foundation. I remember, Stone Cold has said he would have been just as big as he was. Owen Hart was great in the ring, was part of some amazing matches and storylines. He also kept himself relevant by changing his gimmick from the King of Hearts to Black Heart and being part of different tag teams and stables. In the end, just both awesome wrestlers. If you guys haven't seen them, if you guys are too young, do yourself a favor and definitely check out their promos, their in-ring work. Just it's a great time to be a wrestling fan when these two are around. Hope all is well.